afternoon. How's everyone doing out there? Welcome back. It is Miles, and let's just jump into this episode. Here we go. I got my coffee. It might be the reason why I'm a little bit more excited than normal for this episode, but we're not going to talk about that as a factor. We're just going to go into what we're doing and just pretend everything's normal. Here we go. But speaking of coffee, if you would like to help me with getting some more coffee, I'm going to leave a link for that down below in the description. Anyway, on to the show. So today, we're going to be talking about something very important to all guitar players, or most guitar players. The majority of guitar players, this is important for. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's pretty important to a lot of guitar players out there in the world, and that is the subject of guitar picks. Growing up, when I first started playing guitar, I was what music teachers would call difficult. When I first started playing guitar, I had every intention of just never using my pinky or my third finger on my fretting hand and just relying on these two fingers to fret every note on the neck of the guitar. And I had every intention of never using a guitar pick with this hand. Just always playing with my thumb or with my middle finger as a pick. But I came to the conclusion later on that it wasn't something functional. It wasn't going to work. I was wearing down my fingernail, and I just couldn't keep up with the songs I was trying to play. If you ever tried to play Raining Blood with just your finger, you know that it's not going to work. So I finally bit the bullet and finally started playing with the guitar pick. So once I started doing that, I went through a series of different size picks for a while. I went through a period of time in college where I had those big triangle picks that Dunlop makes, I believe. I believe they're Dunlop picks, but they're big triangles. And I would get them so that when I would wear down one side, I could just turn it another way and I'd have a new pick side without having to go out and buy more picks. Later on in life, I started utilizing smaller picks, primarily Jazz 3s. One of my students turned me on to them because she used these tiny picks, and I was just like, how do you do anything with these? And she was like, no, it makes it easier to keep your hand in a uniform height above the strings when you're playing. And having it being put to me that way, I said, okay, there might be something to this. Let me give it a try. And since then, I've been using Jazz 3 size picks. However, one of the issues that I constantly ran into, no matter what kind of pick I was using, was that depending on what I was playing or how I was playing the guitar, I would move my thumb and my index finger on my picking hand to reposition my entire hand for different techniques on the guitar, which would lead to me either losing the point of contact of the pick with the strings or just dropping the pick to be lost in the abyss of audience and stage forever. And so one of the ways I tried to deal with this and avoid it from being a thing that would happen on a regular basis was I would take strips of grip tape that I would be putting on my skateboards back when I was younger, and I would wrap it around my guitar picks so that I had a tread of grip around the top part of the guitar pick. Either that or I'd use like an ice pick where I'd heat it up on the stove and poke holes in the pick just so there was some sort of means of traction for my fingers to make contact with the pick and grip onto it. But it tends to be a bit of a hassle to do all that work for one guitar pick. And especially if you lose the pick, because then all that works for nothing. Recently, the guys over at TheGripReaperPicks reached out to me and asked me to check out one of their guitar picks. This was after they saw me play a show with my band where I dropped the pick. Because that's the life I'm leading. That's who I am right now. Now, you probably haven't heard the name TheGripReaperPicks before because they're brand new. Mario and Nick Tomasi are the brains behind this whole operation with TheGripReaperPicks, and the approach that they took with building these guitar picks comes from the same place where I was coming from as a guitar player, where I move my fingers around a lot, and depending on what I'm playing, I'm positioning my hand in a different way, and so I'm holding the pick in a different way, and my hands get sweaty. So all these factors play into the dropping of a pick and it bouncing off the stage to be lost forever. So they suggested I check out one of their picks. They mailed me one, and immediately I realized that they have pretty much the same mindset I had when I was growing up and I was using the skateboard grip tape on my guitar picks just to allow myself more traction between my fingers. The main issue I would run into throughout my entire career of playing guitar using a pick is that I would run into instances where I would lose grip of the pick and it would slip its position in my fingers, or I would just drop it. And so I've gone through countless different companies, different styles of picks, different materials and all this stuff, trying to find something that would be a good balance of grip, but also maintaining the same shape that I find to be most comfortable in terms of articulating my playing on the guitar. But with that said, they approached me and they said, I bet you won't drop our picks. And I said, Okay, bro. But I gotta tell you, this looks pretty serious. I'm interested in seeing what the outcome of playing with this pick is going to be. But with that said, enough talk from me. Let's see how this thing actually works when it comes to playing the guitar. Take it away, Miles. Thank you, Miles. Okay. Grip Reaper. Let's see what it's all about. Each Grip Reaper pick contains 1 full carat of natural diamond, and this provides a super grippy surface for your fingers on the pick, to the point where, if you're a player like me, you have to kind of take a moment to really acknowledge where you're placing your fingers, because once you place them, they're not really going anywhere. This is pretty secure. And if you're playing these really aggressive palm muted parts on the guitar, or if you're doing a really notey lead line, you want to have a secure grip on your pick so that you don't mess up what you're doing. So in conclusion, if you're the type of guitar player that repositions their hand for different techniques on the guitar, or just plays in a very aggressive manner and doesn't want to run the risk of dropping your pick or having it move position within your fingers, the Grip Reaper picks are definitely a good option to consider. Pricing and distribution is currently unavailable, but will be ready for release in 2020. So if you want to set up an order with Grip Reaper for 2020, I'm going to leave all their contact info down below in the description. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for today. I hope you found this video to be useful. Check out Grip Reaper. Big thank you to those guys for sending me a pick. Maybe you guys can send me some more. But hopefully I'll be seeing you guys soon. If you like what I'm doing here, if this is your first time here, hit the like button and consider hitting the subscribe button, because there's lots of stuff here and there's going to be more to come. If you like what I'm doing here and would like to support the channel further, consider checking me out on Patreon, and also check out the other links I have down below where you can also support me. Also, consider checking me out over on my social media profiles. It's a good way for me to get in touch with you guys and to see what you're up to. And if you have any suggestions for new videos and new topics of discussion, just songs that you want to see me do lessons on, things of that nature, it's a good way to reach out and get in touch with me over there. But other than that, that's all I got for you for today. You guys have a good one. Keep playing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.